Welcome to the 21st century planet where...
So, I had a moment this morning. I had two of them. But one of the main ones, especially right now, is following that word with the action. And for me, it's, when we're getting out of cycles, you have the awareness and the action must follow. Because it's like you can have awareness, but then you can still move in old patterns. And for me, I started to revert back, but then I was like, hold the fuck on. I can't say I want more autonomy this year, and then I am giving myself that, but not in the ways in which I've been saying I've been wanting to do. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, you have autonomy, but you're still giving it to an agency, i.e. work. I'm just gonna be real. Because I caught myself, and it's just like, I do have a lot going on right now, but it's just like, regardless of that, like, what can I do but slow down and pace it? So that's what I've been doing. Like, I can't force things to, happen. Like I can't put too much on my plate. So whenever I find myself doing that, I just stop doing everything. Literally stop doing everything. Do nothing for a little bit and then figure it out. But beyond that, I really just was like, okay, yeah, work makes me money, but I can't keep like pushing things to the side forward. Like, fuck, if I gotta call in, I gotta call in. If, sometimes shit get risky. But that's the risk when it comes to your dream, because it's like either or. You gotta pick a side. You can probably do both, but if there's no balance, maybe your calling is much higher than that job. So you're gonna have to follow it. And that's where I'm at right now. And it's not about figuring it out, it's about just doing what I said I was gonna do. So that's literally what I'm doing. And I'm very proud that I was able, especially this week, because this week was a lot. Like, this week was really a lot, and it really showed me the work I have been doing. Because like I've been saying to y'all, I went back to my tools. I was like, I don't have nothing to work on. I just have to apply what I've already done. And I'm still in that process of releasing and integrating, and that's gonna happen. Like, the grieving process, it happens when you're in the thing, when you're in it. Like, when you're doing the action, when you're doing, like, the authenticity shows up in every way. Like, when we're doing our goals and our dreams, like, we're gonna cry a lot. We're gonna, like, we're working through so many patterns, and a lot of the times we don't realize that. And the best way to break through the patterns is getting to know who you are and what you want for you, and subconsciously breaking out of the patterns of what the world and the people want for you. Because a lot of the times we go by that, and that's what keeps us in certain spaces without realizing it. You know what I mean? So that was just a really big one for me today. Because I was like, child, you want to do your music and Cosmic Queen collection, do that. Like, put more energy into that this year. Like, you've been saying that, so let's do that. Fuck work. They'll be alright. And it ain't even about that. It's like also trusting, because I've always done this in the past too, but like I said, when you're around certain people, like this job, certain mindsets, it's easy sometimes to get sucked into that a little bit. But that's when you gotta, like, remember who you are and be like, I don't want to be doing none of this shit. Like, and I'm not wrong for prioritizing myself, and that's never been an issue, especially with my job. But for the past 2 years, I realized when it came to time where I really was putting it, and that's really the bottom line. Where are you putting your time? Is it truly into what you want to do? Because it's like, yeah, we do have jobs, but sometimes you gotta make sacrifices for what you do want to do. And within those sacrifices, you gotta go hard. And I'm not talking about forcing, I'm talking about being your most authentic self in grandiose ways. In other words, the audacity. The way that other people think is crazy. You know what I mean? So, honestly, like, that really is it. Because if you do what's not the status quo, you're always going to be seen as crazy. People are always going to do that. So, you might as well do what the fuck you want. This is your life, and you have one. Remember that. Always do what's best for you. If it don't get in the way of other people, you know, if you have to be selfish, be selfish. You gotta get your shit done too. But, you know, also be helpful. You know, reciprocity is important, you know, because we do need each other, but you also need you. So in those moments where you feel, you know, being pulled in whatever direction, always come back to self. And this is why I keep saying that, because you really do. You really do. When you don't know where to go, where center. Breathe in. Let everything else reflect. Have a great day.
Myself, count to 3. Let it in, let it go. Give me time to think. Why I feel if I ain't moving, don't deserve no peace. So we go round and round and round.